Good evening, dear students. I hope you can hear me. Just let me know, please. Thank you. So we are going to start already. So today we have a new topic about development. So we are going to talk about the career development and development in learning. So the first part of the class will be based on topic. Then we continue with the homework assignments, which I was giving you 2 weeks ago, based on electronic ebook with activity, write and say, right? So for that part, we will leave around 20-25 minutes. So let's give around 5 to 7 minutes for each student to present his work. That is will be voluntarily. How do you want? Okay. So first, let's start with the topic. So development. So structure will be based on, we are going to first introduction to development, then learn about the learning development and career development, how it impacts on our life. Okay, I have some questions from Mr. Nisar. Okay, Mr. Nisar, your microphone has been already unmuted. Oh, you want to talk? Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yes, good evening, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, assalamu alaikum to everyone. Ma'am, I got this small problem with my Hotmail. I don't know how, but I cannot attach anything. So I'm trying to attach my homework since this morning, and I don't think I can. I don't know why. This is the first time it's happening to me. I will just copy-paste the whole context of my assignment into an email, and I will send that email to you right now. Is that okay, or what should I do? Can you please help me with that?
Yeah, it's fine.
Gmail is also not working. I don't know why. They're asking me to drive share or something like that. I just sent you my assignment through email. I hope you get it. I don't know. I need your help.
Okay, you can do it up to you. If you would like to just copy and paste as the text in mailbox, that's fine for me. That I can copy and paste to my Word file. Okay.
Yeah, I just did that. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. So that's fine. The students who already sent me the assignments before today, that I was reviewed already, but the students who sent me just a few hours ago, that I didn't have enough time to review it. But it's fine. If you want to present your assignment as an essay, that would be good as well. So let's start with the topic. So we are going to introduce to development process. So actually, regarding and according to our scientists, they show that we have some increasing evidence the employees and potential employees, those who is going to be recruited, today they are actually more interested in development opportunities compared to the improvements in financial areas. That means today employees, as we are all interested in development opportunities besides of the payment and salary and so on, which would be facing the financial levels. So development is the activity which can drive motivation and commitment for the organizations. Most organizations, they use development as their, let's say, the competitive strategy. Along with development activities like training, learning courses, the companies can recruit very high professional, they interested and, let's say, some unique employees. So today, we say that the companies, they use development opportunities and actually development overall as a competitive strategy in the market. So we're going to talk about the development which would be impact on employees in their own development in terms of career, like let's say getting new promotions, becoming a high professional and employee, and in terms of learning, like let's say acquiring the new skills and knowledges, as well as along with experiences. So today we have this kind of topic. Would be very interested. So in the development, when the company uses it as a competitive strategy, development process includes reward systems. You might be heard about that, and we have the separate topics based on rewards and motivation at the latest chapters. As well, they use the promotion and career moves. So this is all support development strategy. So let's say the development main goals are the reward systems. Let's say it's not a goals, as a tools like reward system, promotions, and career moves like offering the new promotions. And of course, the goals will be to develop along with the organizations, increasing the productivity, markets, and let's say to expand actually. So we are going to study about the development and training that we have in the organization. You might be here like TND. This is the program for the employees to develop the skills, to increase their performance, to make efficiency actually the employees as the company's resources. And today, development is defined as the growth or realization of a person's ability through the conscious and unconscious learning, which means the responsible and unresponsible learning. So there is says that through the development, which includes, for example, the mentoring, training, learning, all those courses, we're trying to increase the individual's ability to get more duties, to be multi-skilled and high professional. So today it looks beyond and it has a long-term focus. That means when we offer some development course for employees, we try to develop them with the company itself. And what can be given through the learning course as long-term courses, maybe like MBA or accounting certificates. It helps as well to handle the future responsibilities that we have developed in the world every day, right? The growth rate, and we are going to reach a new trend. So this is the development help us to read the new trends. And as well to prepare the employees to keep pace with the organization change and growth. That means here is we see the employees and the organization as one whole piece. Like if organization are going to develop, enter the new, and read the new trends, the employees must be as well to comes and goes together with the organization itself. Must keep in the same level. And as well as emphasize continuous learning and growth. So it's always the learning, increasing the your own individual and personal abilities like skills, knowledge, of course, brings you a good benefits in the future, right? What is the training? So we have to talk about the development and what is willing to. But training defined as a planned process. Today we see the training as a process to modify the employees' attitudes, their knowledges and skills, and as well their behaviors through the learning experiences, like as we talk, train learning courses, all those courses that we have in the companies or the companies offer. And actually all are willing to let's say increase the effectiveness of performance employees, the effectiveness in the activities. So to train today is designed to permit the learners to acquire the new knowledges and skills that we have talked already. So for their present jobs, so we are going through the training courses, for example, we are acquiring, getting the new knowledges for our present jobs, what we are doing, the routines, as in our own duties, and helps employees to do their current jobs that we have. Know that it helps us to do our current jobs, and let's say for the future project that we want to get new ones, like for example, we want to be adapt or contribute for new projects, and for that kind of new project we need a new skills, for example, or the skills which we haven't been having a practice. And this, all the training, the process, and the programs which is included, they all are willing to they improve the quality of products the company produce and services if it's the service company, as well to increase the productivity, right? The sales and profits, all measures that we have talked on financial management. So it's always willing to remain the competitive, to be competitive in the market, to hold the customers, right? And the training development, these two kind of process, they been as a part of human resource development. Human resource development, HRD we call it. This is a part in HR management, which becomes an important part. So the HRD, which is a human resource development, is a planned continuous effort by the management to improve the employees' competency. So here is the first, let's say the phase, the supports come from the management body. And the management, let's say the management we have in the organization, like a top management, they are trying to improve the rest of employees and staff, their competency, their professionalism, their skills actually. So there's such as training programs. So you might be heard in your organization that you have some T&D, like a train and development programs that will include some learning courses, mentoring and coaching, and so on. So actually today we've seen the development programs as investment in our human resource, in our staff, in our employees, which becomes the main resource of the company, right? Yeah, right. Thank you. And what is the purpose, the aims of HRD? So as we have talked a little about that, is to increase the productivity, like sales and profits, to prevent the absence of skills at all levels in the company, like to make our employees to have the knowledge and skills with the new trends, to develop the organization as a whole. So we're developing the organization together along with the employees, as well improve the quality of work, which means we are going to improve the performance of employees, to improve the standard and safety at work, as well reduce the waste, accidents, turnover, and absenteeism at the organization. This is the main aims, let's say the purpose of development programs that we use in the organizations. Here it is. As well, we have some additional one, which will be more in detail explained, like to standardize the working practice and procedures to increase the job satisfaction, motivation, and morals, we talk about the employees' satisfaction, motivation, DM roles. To develop the knowledge attitude, this is all about work. So, and through the programs, we are trying to bring the people to the level of performance which meets the standard that is being required by the HR department today. And it's all about motivation, satisfaction, and I think most of you are having such kind of development training programs at your organizations. Okay, I have some questions. Please go ahead. So we have a question from Mr. Haron. He asking who has the ownership and some initiative of career development in the organization, its company or employer. This comes from the management. So the first of the initiative that must come from the management body. Because management, they suffer the employees to have some train learning courses. Sometimes it can be given at free of charges, as you are being employed the organizations. Sometimes it can be given based on loans or like maybe some giving discounts and so on. But this is because of like development. This is the main purpose of the organizations. That when we let's say the organization, the management wants to perform better, then that it must be started with its employees, which is the main resource of the company, right? Who's doing actually the job, the activity itself. So this comes from the management body. But in some organizations, the employees can acquire some the training courses, but depends on the organization. If the organization is being, let's say, have enough money or time to be given the resources, let's say, for this kind of development costs that it can provide. Of course, it first of all comes from the management body. We can apply for the training courses as, let's say, as employees, but here is no, we have no sure that we can get it if what we want actually. But when we talk about development, if you have no this kind of opportunity in your company, so you can start from your own, from yourself. Let's say which call self-development. Like let's say you are getting the MBA courses. This is your self-development programs, right? Because you are investing for your learning, for your study, for your future careers, right? Yes, I'm agree that Mr. I'm sorry, here is we have a lot of ideas. Yeah, Mr. How we have as a managers, the management board, they must have in mind like the programs and offering some kind of training courses as a development process. This development process actually comes together with an individual, and you have to keep it at day by day, right? Because overall the world is development, is in the continuous of development always, right? And if you want to be, let's say, the high professional, multi-skilled, and to get a good opportunities, you have to start from your own, from yourself actually, in the development process. So we have some requests from Mr. Asif. He wants to speak. Okay, Mr. Asif, just let me unmute you.
Good evening, teacher and my dear classmates. I want to talk about this issue. You know, normally in most of the organizations, they have capacity building plans, and as well as this is belongs to the capability and ability of the employees. And if the management recognize that this employee can grow up very soon and can develop very soon, they provide him or her the capacity building opportunities, even inside the country, as well as cross-learning opportunities and outside the country. So from two hands, I can say that from one hand, this belongs to the initiatives of the employee to be active and to get the required knowledge and skills and to deliver it to the and as a cascading system to the other employees. Secondly, this is a part of capacity building plan of the management. And third point is that this could be proposed by his or his first line supervisor or manager. If the her or his first line supervisor realize that his employee can get promotion and progress and develop very soon, and they can provide them with more learning opportunities. That's it from my side.
Thank you, Mr. Haron. That's your right, all you have to do. And Mr. Rashid, sorry. And we have some requests from Mr. Najib. Sorry if I'm spelling wrong. Yes, Mr. Najib Shukur, you can add if you have your own ideas and recommendations. Yeah, we cannot hear you, please. Okay, I'm not sure what the problem is here with the microphones or with the internet, because I can't hear Mr. Najib. I'm not sure that the rest of classmates can hear you. Okay, here is no voice. Yeah, no voice. No, we can't hear you, Mr. Najib. We have no voice from you. Please try to manage your microphone. Okay. So, Mr. Najib, you try to manage first your microphone, then we can back to that question. Let's continue. Okay, or you might be adding your recommendation at the end of this topic. That would be fine as well. Just don't forget to remind me. Okay, thanks. So let's continue. So we have a talk about the learning and training, about the development. And I would like to introduce you some methods of learning and development. What kind of methods we are going to talk about in details about the methods we use in the train and development programs. I think you are all familiar with that. You can maybe take something new ones or add your ideas or your experiences. The first method course is off-job methods. This is education training courses. So that kind of education course which is undertaken during careers, during your job actually. And mostly they are done by the part-time. So we can get from based on the part-time, like you have, let's say, the MBA courses after your job, right? I think so. Or let's say on weekends. It could be as well some qualification for accounting or for IT or for another kind of professional. So just given here is examples like MBA studies, some consultancy courses, or maybe short course based on developing the time management. So we have this kind of courses, or interviewing. This belongs to HR department, or some kind of disciplinary skills. This is short courses, or you might have some courses based on an effective team, to create and lead an effective team, like some leadership courses and so on. This is off-job methods, which means we get that kind of courses after our job, after our work time, actually. What kind of techniques we can use? Here is given to you some tools that we use in that kind of job courses. Like it can be as a lectures that we have, like a video presentations, like vestibular training, role training, case studies, simulations, self-study, some program learning, and laboratory training. For example, at the MBA course, we have lecturing, we have some case study, right? Of course, you have a self-study when I give you homework assignments. Of course, we have a program learning, like based on the slides and based on our literature. Another kind of learning program, we call it learning on the job. This is the learning which is done during your job, during your working time. Here is most of the mentors, they're coaching and other internal and external coaching. Here is the management being involved in that kind of training courses. So the mentor or supervisor, like as a coach, helps the trainees, to the employees, to develop their skills and their experiences. They're like sharing with their experiences, with their knowledges. And all these activities are willing to increase the employee's performance. So the manager works to improve the employee's performance, like for example, throw them some kind of research projects, or discussions, or some presentations, or involving in the different projects which would be belong to a different department, or providing some kind of additional information based on the main duties. As well would be include the feedback from the management, from the employee side to the management. This help the management to have a clear picture about the employee's working conditions, about his own satisfactions and motivations. So this is learning on the job. So first of all, the support comes from the management body or your own direct supervisors. Another kind of learning program we have like a mentoring. The CRAM here identifies two broad functions of mentoring. So we have two functions of mentoring. The first one is a career function, which is include those aspects of relationship which is contributing the career advancement, like let's say getting the new promotions, or change your positions, or moving forward for the different department. And second one is based on the physiological function, which include those aspects of relationship, like let's say to increase the sense of competence, the clarity of and identity, the effectiveness actually. So we talk about all the effectiveness of performance. So mentoring. So we have a mentoring as well as one program of development. Next one, we have some peer relationships. This is can be interesting, and I think you might suddenly have this kind of learning program during your work. Like supportive peer relations at work are potentially more widely available to the individual. So this is like peer relationship between the colleagues when you are sharing with your information, like some knowledges or with your previous experiences, or you might be giving some feedback about your colleagues, or your colleagues will ask you about himself, about his performance, as given a feedback. This is comes mostly when the colleagues has some friendship, let's say have a good communications and can share with with the new informations, knowledges, and experiences. So this is, we can't say that is a specific learning program, but this is like a learning process which happens at our everyday routine days when we have let's say simple conversation or discussion with colleagues about let's say about our main duties or about our projects and about the company itself. Sorry, can you hear me? Because I have some requests that they can't hear. Okay, it's fine, clear. So this is peer relationships, the relationship that happens among the or between the colleagues, like between the employees actually. And I have some question about the mentoring. So what is the mentoring? So the mentoring, it can be converted for the learning courses. For example, the first one will be based on the career function. Let's say if you would like to get a new promotion, which will be higher than your positions at the current moment, you need to get some skills. It might be like leadership skills, let's say, like a management skills, right? If you want to get a promotion as a supervisor or higher manager, so you need to get like leadership skills, or to have some additional knowledges based on your positions, which is based on the promotion actually. So this is like mentoring, which is the learning programs based on the career function that you are going to move on based on your career ladder. And the second one, it happens like based on the physiological functions. When the managers, they want to increase the employees' performance, the effectiveness of their performance actually, their competency that give them new knowledges. And of course, this can be done through the learning courses as well, but wishes would be belong to increasing the performance, which is based on the current routines duties, let's say, like in the individual's behaviors, or to make to increase the individual's attitudes. Of course, here is I have some question from Mr. Haran. Like mentoring, like a coaching, and off-job or on-job courses, they comes under learning and training, under the training and development programs at overall. Let's say this is a part of your learning, because the learning is the overall common and the general words, which include different courses, short or long terms, or mentoring or coaching, and so on. Let's say you have to separate these two words, which is learning is more widely. It's like let's say we have talked about when we have financial management, like in the finance, like the analysis or forecasting. This would be the part of financial management. Here is as well the mentoring and coaching. This is the part of learning development of each individuals or employees. Okay, thank you. So let's see the next one. And we have some self-development, as we have talked earlier, that the development starts with based on yourself, and it involves like individuals in analyzing their strengths, weaknesses. Like we are as individuals, the employees, they need to analyze their strengths, their weaknesses in terms of their skills, knowledge, and experiences, or behaviors and attitudes at the work, and in which way actually they learn. So this is can be done through the questionnaires and feedback from others. Like you can get some feedback from your colleagues, what he does think about you, what kind of strengths maybe he can make the list of your strengths and the list of your weaknesses. Or you can get this kind of feedback from your direct supervisor, what he does think about you. Then based on that information, you can enhance your strengths and avoid your weaknesses at the job. And many kind of self-development activities that we do as the individuals, they are all based on observations that we are observing ourselves, how we do perform. They are collecting feedback from our colleagues or our supervisors. And then we have to make some analysis and the conclude like what we need to learn for to go ahead for based on our career ladder to get a new promotion or to getting some new rewards from the company. This is so all the self-development will be based. It depends on the individuals. Okay, sorry, I have some questions. I haven't seen the chat. Mr. Mahfouz Aryan, he wants to speak. Okay, let me give you. Let me see. Let me find you first. I'm sorry. Oh. Okay.
Oh,
Mr. Mahfouz?
Yes, you can
Hello.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you for the chance. I would like to have some words on monitoring. Monitoring is to support and encourage people to manage their own learning in order to they may maximize their potential, develop their skills, improve their performance, and become the person they want to be. It is the overall meaning of the monitoring. Thank you.
Yeah, me too. I have no voice. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what's happening.
Now I can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
Hello?
Yes, go
Right,
ahead,
so?
Mr. Haron.
Okay. I just want to focus on the question that, to be honest, I have been facing this question so many times where I have been working with the colleagues. Still, I don't know the exact differences between the mentoring and coaching. If these two words are going to be interpreted as similar functions, why we are not using one of them, either mentoring or coaching? If there are some differences, how we exactly can differentiate between these two? This is my concern and question. So to have some life examples to make our audience understand the real differences between coaching and mentoring. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Haron. Just a moment, let me unmute you. So we have a question between the differences between the mentoring and coaching. Let me back to the previous slides. Okay, the coaching, which is the process of learning, it includes here is we talk about when the management supports the employees in terms of giving the sharing with them with the experiences, maybe giving the new knowledges, and trying to train by giving the new skills, or the skills, let's say, for the leadership skills. Like, let's say, based on the example, we have a supervisor and an employee which belongs to that supervisor, is working under that supervisor. And from the side of supervisor needs to have wishes, let's say, to increase the employee's performance, because actually this is overall belongs to the corporate culture and for the organization goal that we are willing to increase the employee's performance, right? And in this series, in the coaching, that the supervisors can share with the experience, knowledge, or given the through the learning, give some new skills for the employee to make him an effective staff, to increase his ability to work, actually. You see, in the coaching, here is the coaching starts from the management body, like top manager and supervisors. Of course, we have arguments about that the coaching can be done by the external consultants. Here is we have a two sides. All learning can be done by the two factors, or let's say from the two sources, like external sources, which is the profession consultants, companies, and from the internal, that we have, for example, very high professional top managers, also, which can give us some coaching and provide some learning. Okay, we can learn from them. We can learn from our supervisor. If they are with that kind of position, of course, they should have the baggage of knowledge, the special skills, and rich experience, right? But what about the mentoring? Mentoring, it can be done as well by the external consultants. It depends on the management. If they think that their own internal staff are enough, let's say, professional to give, to provide some learning, they can ask, request, or offer such kind of opportunity. Or if they want to have some, like, let's say, outsource some professionals, this is also depends on the company. Depends on how much the company, how much it costs actually. It depends on the budget. Depends on the, let's say, the main goals of the company. What it is willing to. And we can have a lot of agreements. You have some ideas about mentoring and coaching. This is all about the learning and about the acquiring the new skills and knowledges, right? But in the mentoring, we have just separated that it could be based on the career functions or based on the individual's behaviors and attitudes. But in the coaching, we can separate this the coaching courses by the same of two functions at any learning. So because of learning, the first we try to develop in terms of our knowledge and skills, our individuals' behaviors, right? And the second one in terms of career development, because we are all willing to get, like, let's say, to get a new promotion or to get a new positions which would be higher than we have at the current moment, which will be supported by increasing your salary, bonuses, waivers, and so on, right? Okay, I think we have talked enough about the mentoring coaching. So as we have talked, the latest it was self-development. This is based on yourself, based on yourself, that the individuals can gather some feedbacks from the colleagues or supervisors to make own analyses, and maybe to have the learning or training courses based on would be based on your own budget, or you can self-learning, like through the academic literature or the internet, that we have a lot of information. That is all like online courses as well. This all belongs to the self-development. And we have a last one, the learning programs based on development. It's like today we are expanding the e-learning and blended learning code. This is the e-learn that you have at the moment, like MBA course based online, right? And the survey identified the main advantage of e-learning is flexible access across the time and place, right? As we have right now, you are all being located at different places. Flexible use of content, so we can get like information, like a knowledge through the slides, let's say, through the videos, through the presentations, through the e-books, and so on. It consists in delivery, so we can deliver this knowledge through internet very quickly and easily, right? Of course, it's value for money. We can save our money, our family budget, because e-learning is more often more cheaper than the offline learning, and it's been particularly useful for the launch of new products. So if you would like to learn about the new products, it also can be done through the e-learning, through the internet learning. So this is all about that we have having right now, like MBA courses online, right? Easy to access from any locations at any time. Of course, we manage our class time, but that has been all advised with the students, right? And mostly e-learning through the online learning. Let's say online learning, they save our money if you compare with the offline learning, where you need to go for the also university or academy, much more expensive, right? As well, it includes, if you like to study overseas, your budget will be including the cost for accommodation, for food, for traveling, for transportation, so on. All those such a kind of costs will increase your expense cost for the learning. And today, e-learning becomes at the recent time is actually developing and very quickly. That we have a lot kind of all courses might be reached by the online. So you might be seeing like accounting qualifications courses as well can be ascribed through the internet. I mean online. Let's say MBA courses, and we have a PhD course, PhD certificate you can get also online. That some universities provide such opportunities, or DBA, which is Doctor of Business Administration, as well. In some universities you can get online. The bachelor as well, or like a distance learning we call it. At the university we call it as a distance learning. So all such kind of learning can be get through internet and by online. So we have talked about the learning development, how we can develop ourselves through the learning, actually, which includes mentoring, coaching, training programs, and so on, right? Let's talk about the career development. So how we can develop our self in terms of career ladder. The primary purpose of career development is to meet the current and future needs of the organization and the individual at work, and this increasingly means developing the employability. So the main aims of career development, when the organization and the employees have strong connections and do understand the main corporate goals. And of course, this could be done from the individuals through the management support. Okay. We have some questions. So here is the questions asked: what the difference in terms of values of both regular and online? What do you mean regular? Do you mean the normal offline learning? I didn't get your question. Please repeat it in details. So let's see the general benefits of career development which provides for the organizations. That means this is the main benefit that organization can get through the development of its staff. So that's why we need to know and to maybe to speak free with the management what kind of the benefits the organization can get through the development of its own staff. So it makes the organization attractive to potential recruits. So we are making the, like when the company provides the career development, it makes it attractive, interesting for the potential employee. It enhances the image of organizations. Of course, it will so it will give us a good reputation about the organizations. It's likely to encourage the employee commitment. So we encourage the employees' loyalty to the company. Of course, it reduces the staff turnover. It's likely to encourage the motivation. So we, through the development, career development, we motivate people. We encourage the motivation, stimulation to work, and as well the performance. And as well as perhaps it's mostly importantly, it exploits the full potential of workforce. That means through the career development, when this career development, that means our employees can develop, can move on their career ladder. We give that kind of opportunity, and of course, this increases the employees' performance, and actually might be expand the employees' their attitudes and behaviors, how they think. What do they think about the products and service? Maybe we can give them opportunity to be creative, to think critical, and so on. This is all about the career development. The Waterman, the science, in his article on their career resilient workforce, he says individuals need to. So here is some given like recommendations for the individuals by the Waterman in terms of career development. So make themselves knowledgeable about the relevant market trends. So this is like through the career development, we're making the employees knowledgeable about them new trends. As well, the employees understand the skills and knowledge needed in their position, let's say, or for the future careers. They be aware of their own strengths and weaknesses. They're having a plan for increasing their performance and employability, and as well, they respond quickly to changing the business needs. Like you remember, we have a change in leadership topic. Where is any change can be happening at the company, and through the career development and learn development, we can reach all the changes for the new trends. Let's see what kind of causes can be if we have some full investment in our organization in terms of training and development. If you have no such opportunities for, let's say, for learning or training courses, this can be happen with only well-off organization can afford. Like if your organization is being working well and have a good productivity, here is the organization might be think that employees don't need any kind of training, that we as an organization already perform good. Education, training, and development is the responsibility of the human resources department. That means the reasons can be hidden in the HR department. That let's say inefficiency of HR department. And And you have to remember that any training must be relevant. That means at the right time with the right new trends. So it's not like we are going to learn about some old programs or about the things that is not relevant to our work, to our duties, to our current job. So it must be meaningful, right? And bring some benefits. So I have some questions. Let me finish the topic, then I will reply you. Here is given to you some steps in the training development. This is in a common situation how it happens. So the first one, we need to have some assessment. The training assessment, which means firstly, through the appraisal system, let's say, the HR department make assessment or evaluation about the necessaries of training and learning courses. Then, if we need so, we identify that the organization, our employees need some development programs. We have to settle some objectives, right, which would be met with the organization's goals. Then we establish the training and development department and policy or regulations. This is under HR department house. Then, of course, it comes creating the program content, that actually the program itself. And this is all these activities can be done with the support of management and the HR department, or it can be done through the external consultants. And of course, after all the learning has been done, or development training course has been done, we have to make the evaluation, get feedback, gather the feedback, and monitor the process of training and development. If we would identify any gaps, so try to change it, change our objectives or the training and development programs. And let's see what kind of barriers we have to training and development, like self-satisfaction, complacency. Like this belongs to the employee, that some employees are self-satisfied and they think that they may reject some training and development programs, or fail to recognize the need for training, or they think that they doesn't need any training, that they do perform a good efficiently as they think. Or it can be done, or the barriers can be can come from side of trainees that they are insufficient, incompetence, let's say. Also, like a past experience, maybe the organizations or employees had bad experience with the training development programs. And we have some human being reason, which is based on fear of failure. Sometimes we think if we go through this courses, we might fail on final exams or in the assessment. This is also can be happen with the employees at the organizations. So, and you have to remember that the organizations need to see HR development as an investment in the human resources. So if the organization, they fail to invest in the training development of its own staff, of course that would be resulted in the company's productivity. It would decline or decreasing. And if we have such a kind of situation, almost at huge companies at the countries and any countries, but as well it will be resulted in the decline of the country's economy, right? Because so that means that each organization or a company must have a plan of investment in the training development of the staff or the employees. So that's all for the topic about development. If you have any question, go ahead, please. So I have some questions. Let me see. Okay, the question from Mr. Fiullah. I'm sorry if I'm pronounced wrong. That's sometimes hard to me. The question, dear teacher, I'm talking regarding the HRM assignment. I have already done the mention assignment when I was at first semester, but I didn't receive my results. Okay, this is some individual questions. I think I have received some. I remember that I received email from you. So just let me review it. Okay, I do remember your email that I have received. Sorry, I received a lot of emails from my students, and I know the reasons why you didn't get your results, because when I have got the assignment from your group that you mentioned, your name wasn't there. That's why. Yeah, I know that. And actually, you have mentioned some team members, but on that group, I had a little different team members. So I have to clarify the situation to check again. So give me a time, please. So, dear students, any question based on the development topic? If you have no, because we have a homework discussion based on the homework assignment. Okay, let's start on this. So I have given you the assignment based on activity 13.3. So there you have to think of your own current or previous role, and identify one or two critical incidents, such as making presentation or attending some meeting for the first time, which means very important for the first. Identify some long-term activity you have been involved, like maybe project group or working party. And for both of these activities, you have to identify who could be giving you some constructive feedback about you, and why you think so, and what specific question you would ask him or her, and what kind of plans can you make to incorporate the feedback into an upcoming one of or longer-term activity. So as I think I have some I have received a lot of assignments. Some of you have just sent me. Okay. I would have not enough time to review right now all of your emails, all of your assignments. Let's say, let's start from voluntary base. If anyone wants to present his or her assignment based on the activity 13.3. So if we have some we have some active students who want to present his assignment. And I will ask you to keep your presentation, the speech, in 5 to 7 minutes maximum. Then we would be able to hear a few, 2 or 3 students at the moment. Anyone wants to present his or her assignment? Because it would be not interesting if I would just read your assignment, that you can we can have a good discussion, you can speak, and and tell your story about your activities, like group project groups, or having some meetings, interesting, and so on. So we have here is Mr. Asif, who is ready to present his essay based on a homework assignment. Let me give you a right to speak.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, please.
Yeah. I would like to start my essay. At the beginning of my work, when I was design monitoring and evaluation advisor with Care International in Afghanistan, I was asked by management to do a baseline survey for a new expected education project to be implemented in 2 provinces of Afghanistan, in Parwan and Kapisa provinces. I led a team of MBA. We developed survey tools and systems for data collection, data processing, and generation of reports. We assigned 6 teams of surveys. Each team was comprised of 1 male and 1 female. 3 teams assigned for Parwan province, and 3 teams were assigned for Kapisa province. Survey lasted 10 consecutive days, and 5 days took reporting generation process. We surveyed 2 districts and 8 villages in Parwan, and 2 districts and 9 villages in Kapisa province. Regarding demographic information and project-related data were collected. Finally, I was told to present the output of the design survey to a panel of stakeholders comprised of several other welfare organizations. We communicated the stakeholders and specified the date and venue for the presentation of the baseline survey. It was my first time delivering a speech in front of high-level senior officials. I was a bit excited and embarrassed before launching the presentation. My program manager realized the situation and came to me and told me, Asif, don't be embarrassed and shameful. Suppose that all of the participants are your students and you are their teachers, and think that you know more than them. At first moment, I was a bit shameful with a trembling, but very soon, when I remembered the advice of my manager, suddenly my appearance changed during PowerPoint presentation. I could present the baseline survey in a good way to the stakeholders. One of the stakeholders was absent. Though I sent them an email, at the end of the presentation, I received some feedback from my supervisors. The first one was my boss told me that, Asif, you did a great job, well done. Secondly, I should be more well prepared in the future by reading the project overall goal, objective, concept paper, log frame, and other supporting documents. I should present the presentation with confidence and patience. Once one of the stakeholders was absent, besides sending an email, I could give them a call, but it was a mistake, so it was a good feedback from my supervisor. Secondly, my second issue was I gave feedback to my supervisors. During my careers in the past, in one of the organizations, my supervisor told me to be ready for a translation tomorrow. We go somewhere for translation. I thought this might be a 3 or 4 person meeting. When we arrived there, I understood there was a workshop for a board of management of a health organization facilitated by an expatriate. My supervisor asked me to do translation. The workshop started at 9 and ended at 12 o'clock. I did a translation, but I was not satisfied with my translation because there was using medical words and terminology. It was too difficult for me to do translation smoothly without any problem. After that, I gave following feedback to my supervisor. Number 1, it was good if I understood what is the subject of the translation, where is the venue, the time of the event, is that meeting, training, or workshop, I have the, if it was good if I had the PowerPoint presentation in advance. I told him that if I understood aforementioned things 1 day or 2 days in advance, I'm confident that I could do the translation professionally. My supervisor accepted my feedbacks and promised me such issue will not be repeated in the future. Thank you very much, dear madam.
Thank you very much, Mr. Asif. So let's ask your classmates if they have any questions based on your essay, based on your activities that you have done. If we have no questions, who wants to continue to present his own or her own assignment? So we have Mr. Shakur wants to present. Okay, let me give you the right to speak.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for giving me the chance to speak about my assignment. Actually, I have written a short page about this assignment. Feedback is a constructive process which plays an important role in everybody's professional life. Seeking feedback from the colleagues will give us the chance to see the world from others' point of view. Feedback is not a criticism at all, but it is a tool for personal development. It is obvious that feedback is an ongoing process, and letting your colleagues know that they can give you feedback when necessary is a good word. I've experienced the role of feedback in my own career too. For the first time, when I had to deliver a presentation in one of the training programs in our office, the topic was coaching and mentoring. I tried my best, but as a matter of fact, that it was the first time and that I delivered the presentation, and I was under the influence and had an anxiety of the audiences. I've done well, but when the first session concluded, one of my colleagues gave me some important feedback about the class management and delivering a good presentation. The other occasion was handling a project by myself. It was a capacity development program for the civil servants at the provincial level in Afghanistan, and I was assigned to manage that project. The process has gone well, and I tried to manage everything properly from the commencement of the program. But throughout the process, some problems were identified. The two of my colleagues gave me some good feedback, and I utilized them. The project was completed successfully. Hearing feedback from the first time from others may be presented as a criticism, but you may ask yourself that why should I do that? But gradually you will accept it as a normal routine. Taking into account the importance of feedback process in our career development, I plan to hear feedback from my colleagues throughout my career and mainly from my current job. Even in the planning stage of a project, I always welcome feedback from my colleagues. Some of the questions that they may ask are, what positive I will ask, what positive changes will your feedback bring to our work, and why shall I change that way? If their feedback satisfies me, I will definitely incorporate them in my plan. Thank you, dear lecturer. It was my assignment. Just I wrote something short about the feedback process and about my own personal experience.
Thank you, Mr. Shukur. Okay, I have seen just your email, your assignment, sorry. So you have mentioned about the feedback from your peers and colleagues. That is very interesting that we have talked right now about the peer relationships. That when we have a good relationship between our colleagues, among our colleagues, and we can ask them to give you a feedback about yourself. But here is we don't shame to ask to make them to be honest in the feedback, because it's very important that what people think about your presentation or your knowledge and skills or what you have been presented and how did you present actually. So the important things that we must be honest with our, never mind, supervisor or the colleagues, or it could be some friendship colleagues. And as well, here is interesting, the questions comes in Mr. Shakur assignment, like if like their feedbacks will satisfy you, will you need this kind of feedback? You might be self-satisfied, right? You might think you won't need any training or some development. And this comes with the main questions. Try to get the feedbacks from your colleagues as well, from supervisor, direct could be, or from the rest of departments, as much as you can. The more feedbacks you have, you can make a more expanded analysis about yourself, right? About your strengths and weaknesses. If we have no any information about ourselves, let's say the evaluation, how the people, what they think about your work and yourself, your attitudes and behaviors, then it will be difficult to make some, let's say, the personal, like some conclusion about yourself, like to the explanation of your personal characteristics and your performance. So then you won't have any reason to have to make some development, which would be like in the terms of learning or career, right? So that was good speech. Thank you very much, Mr. Shakur. So I have another student, Mr. Harron. So he wants to present his. Okay, let's give you a speech, Mr. Harron. Then we can complete the class. So just for 3 to 5 minutes, okay?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Mr.
Do you have my voice?
Yes, we have.
I think for some provinces, the iftar is already in place, so people may start to open their fasting because of Ramadan. I don't know if the colleagues agree if I start my presentation, or we can postpone it for the next session. I don't know.
Sorry, Mr. Han, what the question was?
So I am getting the feedback because we are discussing the feedback. We are going to for prayer, and because of Ramadan, people are fasting.
Okay.
And now it is time to open the fasting and start eating. So as we are discussing the feedback, now I am getting feedback from my colleagues, from the peers. So we shouldn't start it. I don't know what to do.
Okay, let's continue the next classes. Okay, the next class we start from our homework assignments, then we continue with the topics. Okay. So if we, I would request you or the rest of students, if you send me the list of the iftar time, that I would be able to see when to complete the classes, because I don't know.
I already sent to you.
Okay, thank you very much. So see you on the next class.
Okay. I think 7 is fine. 7 is up. 7 is fun for everybody.
So thank you very much. Have a good iftar. So see you on the next week. Or the next week we have the same. We have 2 classes on Thursday and Friday. We'll announce it through emails and the Facebook. Okay, just don't forget about that. So have a good time, have a good weekend, and goodbye.